Yes, everybody, welcome back. 5 things we learned watching England yesterday. First thing that we need to be talking about then, obviously, is 6-2 win for England. Relatively positive, I would say. Big scoring. Good performances. If not, I thought it lacked a little bit of penetration. But let's get into all of the nitty-gritty. So, first thing, 4-3-3. Defo didn't expect that from England. Everything that you've seen up until this point tells you that they weren't going to do that. So that's a little bit refreshing. Is it a sign of things to come? Is it a sign of Southgate becoming a little bit more adventurous? Is it a sign of them having the confidence within the players to go and do it? I thought it brought a lot more stability. I thought, obviously, it's one less defender on the pitch, one less weakness on the pitch, because I think the defence is definitely the weakness in the England side. Does it mean more goals? Because pretty much it's just one defender for one attacker. Is he going to be brave enough to feature this against bigger and tougher and more dangerous opposition? That's the question. But I thought the players looked a lot more comfortable in it. I really did. And it gave Bellingham a lot more of a licence to roam and get around the pitch. I thought that was a massive bonus. And I think it's actually a system that probably gets the best out of England's attacking talent, even though I don't necessarily believe all the best attacking talent was on the pitch at the time. Number 2. Bellingham's world-class, man. And this isn't on the back of doing it against Iran, because you know my thoughts on international football and you know my thoughts on England in general. But this is a kid that's now been doing it in the Champions League, in the Bundesliga, and he's doing it on the international stage as well. And he's doing it with... You can tell this isn't just, oh, that was a good game. This is just a sustained level of performance that's coming out of this kid at the moment. He is absolutely destined for the top. And we've covered it several times, I think, on this channel, where we've looked at how all-round his game is. But in that game yesterday, we saw his attacking threat. We saw the ability to arrive late in the box. We saw the danger with the head, with the feet, with the passing, with the dribbling. We just saw every single aspect of his game on display, and I was just impressed by every single thing that he did. He's dynamic, he is physical, he sets the pace, he sets the tone, in a way where you always fail to see Pogba grab hold of a game by the scruff of the neck. That old cliche, right? Well, you don't get that with Jude Bellingham. Jude Bellingham does everything. You know, he is almost like a Brian Robson successor. He's unbelievable. Second youngest English goal scorer at a World Cup. First player born after 2000 to score a goal at a World Cup. And the stats in the first half were a piss take. He was a machine. Very, very, very impressive is what it was. Number 3, attack. There were 35 passes in the build-up to England's 6th goal, showing the level of domination that they had in terms of possession. Scored by Jack Grealish, the most passes in the build-up to a goal at the World Cup on record since 1966. 6 goals, which is tied for the most goals England have scored in a World Cup, set 4 years ago against Panama. Saka was a live wire, bagged twice, had a pretty good performance. Sterling got on the score sheet. Rashford scored after his 3rd touch. And Harry Kane didn't manage to get on the score sheet, but was setting goals up and shown his playmaking abilities. And one of the reasons why I think that Rashford has to be in that England side, because you have someone then that is a threat in beyond. Harry Kane, Sterling, and even Saka to a lesser degree, they all seem to want to play in between the lines, very much like what Jadon Sancho does. And I think you need someone to go in the opposite direction sometimes. And I know Sterling can do it, but he wasn't doing it. Number 4, Maguire. He was very unlucky not to score. And he was a massive danger in the opposition box. He was pretty decent in possession, got himself an assist. But he was massively at fault for Iran's first goal. He came off injured, and there's a lot of talk that he took a knock prior to that, so you just have to take that on the face value and say, yeah, all right, fair enough. But the issue with that is it wasn't something obvious with the knock that was the reason why he failed to defend correctly. The issue with his defending was the issue that we have seen with Harry Maguire for 18 months, 2 years, where he isn't aware of his surroundings. He doesn't know there's a defender running off him. He's far too focused on the ball. He isn't defending, looking at the danger, looking at the ball, doing both of those things at the same time. And that's just... We didn't concede because Harry Maguire was injured. You concede because Harry Maguire is Harry Maguire. That's a fundamental aspect of his game that is clearly not good enough for me. Can he be properly judged against Iran? Don't think so. If he is concussed, the protocol now is that he's out for 2 weeks. Whether or not he is out for 2 weeks remains to be seen. If they put it down as concussion, I don't think they have a choice. But I think he's a weakness. And number 5, Rashford's national return. Back with the national team, back with a bang. And he looked a threat. Scored one of the quickest goals by a sub in World Cup history. Was unlucky not to get a second, I think it would be fair to say. Continued on this sharp trajectory of form that we've seen him sort of take from United in the last 5 or 6 weeks. He could have a serious part to play in the tournament. For me, he should start over Sterling on the left-hand side. But if he's going to come on as an impact sub as well, I don't think that's a massive drama. I think he's a good option for England in either of those positions. Like I said, decent result against Iran. Still don't think it means anything for England in the grand scheme of things. They were always going to exit the group. You saw my prediction video, and if you're not, it's on the channel, go check it out. I actually believe that they're going to end up getting to the semis where Portugal beat them. But there you go. Loads of cracking games on today. Let me know in the comments, which game are you looking forward to the most? Just as I'm filming this, Lionel Messi has just scored, I think, twice for Argentina. I know he scored once, but I think I just heard them shout that he's just scored again. So that's what's cracking. Cheers for tuning in, as always. If you missed the video last night, it got copywritten because of some stuff that was on the TV behind me. And actually, it wasn't FIFA stuff. It was some drone footage that was on the telly behind me that we accidentally caught. So we can't put that one back out. But cheers for tuning in. We have got another vlog coming very, very soon. So make sure to keep it locked. Let us know what sort of stuff you want to see us get up to. We will be taking Ronaldo to an aquarium once the game's settled down a little bit and we get a grip to the schedule. And if you want to see that, you need to become a Patreon or a member. But I'll catch you guys in the next one. Laters. Hey, thank you for watching the video. If you are new around these parts, then don't forget to subscribe. My channel is proudly supported by my community on Patreon. If you'd like to get a little bit of extra content, a Discord group, meetups, five-a-side games, weekly podcasts, behind the scenes, and even an occasional bit of transfer news as and when I get it, then for the price of a pint, you can show your appreciation for the content that we make and get some goodies for doing so as well. Check the link in the description or click the button right here. You'll also find all of my socials here too if you want to follow me on any of those platforms. Nice one.